Yo, it's AJ Legacy back at it again with Blonde Moments Network, along with my guest Jade. How you doing today?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm chilling. I'm chilling. I'm just blessed to be alive. But anyway, I think what we really want to get down to is, first of all, where you from?
Um, from the
Hmm?
suburbs. I'm from the suburbs. How about you?
The suburb. Okay, I'm from Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
Good. I've been in the hood my whole dang life.
Oh, you're hood.
A little bit. I like to mix it up a little bit. I got some folks in the country, folks in the hood, mostly Oak
Oh,
Cliffs.
well,
Yeah. But hey, pardon me by asking, you said Latina. Are you Latina?
like what?
Like Latina, like Hispanic heritage.
Oh, I have many different. I'm like mixed in many different things.
Oh, word? That's cool. Cause
Yeah.
not to like boast, but my mom folks are kind of mixed as well. My mom's from Brazil, while my pops is from Veracruz. It's like in the coast of Mexico.
Oh,
Like
okay.
yeah, it's like right next to Cancun. So yeah, there'd be a
Okay.
lot of bougie people going over there and stuff.
Oh, yeah, the bougie people, where they probably get robbed in that city.
Exactly. Some people go like, they'll say, "Oh, it's bougie," until you get robbed.
Hey, you go out there with a pair of pants and a pair of shirt and hope you don't get those stolen. That's all you go out there with.
Hey man, sounds like you got experience. You been to Cancun?
No, I lived in the ghetto for my whole life, so I know how it's like.
Oh, you know what the struggle. You know what the struggle. Okay.
It's hard. I mean, hey, if you don't look at no one, you keep to yourself, you'll be okay. You'll be peachy.
Damn straight. Damn straight. You don't see nothing, don't hear nothing.
Yep.
Shoot. Times where I was walking from home from work and I could see these two throwing hands and shit. I'm like, should I go over record for World Star? Or should I go back home?
Hey, where I come from, there's like a lot of people who are on like drugs, and let me tell
Yeah.
you what, you face forward, you don't look at them, if they start talking to you, you don't reply.
Ooh, I just grab the pepper spray or the pistol. I would just be.
Ooh, I don't know. You might die out here for that.
Oh shit! Word.
There's
That's
a lot of cartels out here, so you got to be careful what you do.
oh shoot! Don't want to mess with them. Shoot, that's crazy. So, ooh, cartels like dang.
Yeah. I mean, there. I know one of them. I mean, they're okay. I mean, my dad was a big time part of that, so
Wow.
they would say it out here that we're raised by the ghetto, but we're owned by the hood. So I'm pretty much protected because, like, I know a lot of people out here, but
Been spoke. Sounds like your dad's a OG.
I guess.
Like that's some gangster shit right there. Like shoot, dang. Sounds like your dad sounds like somebody I would like to have a beer with.
Oh, I don't know. I think he chooses crack. I don't think he chooses the beer.
Oh, oh shit. What about tequila? You think he like tequila? Shit.
I don't think anything that starts with the alcohol. I don't think he would go for that.
Wow. Okay, that's crazy. Cause not to brag, but I got pretty good taste in alcoholic beverages, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, you like the Pink Whitneys or the cocktails or?
I drink straight up tequila.
Oh, okay, okay. So you like the taking off your clothes for tequila? Okay,
No, 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 no. I do not take off my clothes. I don't.
that's what they
Luckily for
call
me,
it.
I've never gotten that wasted. So lucky.
Hey, that's what we call it out here.
Yeah, cause I don't shit. When I hear stuff like that, I hear like Everclear or maybe like Hennessy because on my
Oh,
home we had a party a couple years back and my homie was drinking too much Henny and then next thing we know he keeps running butt ass naked down the road. I was like, shit.
I mean, there's some crazy stories out here I could tell you, and you just
Yeah.
have to look it.
Try me. I've heard pretty much everything there is.
So my old I don't know what you would call her because she works for the college, so professor, but she's a woman.
Oh, we're a professor. Okay, I got here. This
So I swear that lady was always high during classes, but she was funny. One day it was like 4 a.m. I was going to the gym, doing my daily route, and I was going down this field because that's how you get out of my house. There's just like straight fields. Like maybe there's a couple houses, but this lady lived a couple houses down from me, and she had a husband. She's like, I want to say in her 70s.
Dang.
I'm just driving. I look up from my phone and I realize that, like, from my left side, someone is running butt naked in the field.
Oh my.
And I stop my car and I look and I realize it's her husband.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
okay, maybe I'm tripping. It's 4 a.m. Tired. Maybe I'm tripping. So I get to uh sorry so like I get out of there and like I get to the gym and then I go to college class. My good friend, he tells me, he was all, hey, don't you live by her? And I was all, yeah, why? And he goes, I swear that I've seen her husband run butt naked every morning in that field. So at that moment I knew I wasn't the only person who's seen that. I'm pretty sure she knows about it because I would make jokes towards it.
How'd she take that?
She's pretty funny. I just said, I'm not gonna say her name, but so Professor English, how's it like seeing raisins every morning at 4 a.m.?
God.
And she just looks at me and she was all, you know how they give you that guilty look and they know what you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, so she gave me. And then my friend, he started making comments because he's seen it like almost every morning. And that's where I stopped taking that route. I went the other way.
Oh, it's like it was a good idea.
I
I ain't go. I thought I heard it all, but dang, that's crazy.
There's so much more stuff out here that happens. It's crazy. I feel sorry for the world.
No, that sounds fun. Like, shoot, hardly. You think living in Oak Cliff or in Dallas in general, it'd be like all shit going down, but not really. It'd be sometimes there'll be a drive by once in a while. But ever since the police has started, not like dead ass. I'm talking like drive by. I mean, I got shot one time in the arm,
Oh.
and here's the crazy thing. When they saw me in court, they said, "Oh man, we just mistook you for somebody else." I said, "Nigga, I still got a bullet in my arm. You think I give a fuck?" Like I was walking nephews. I was going walking to my sister's house because she got like two net sons. So I'm going there minding my own business. Next thing I know, I get shot. I was like, "What the fuck did I do?"
Oh, you're like that scene from Friday with Smokey.
Oh yeah, I was. If only I could jump the fence, I was running like a mug.
I never seen a drive-by, but my cousin definitely has.
Yeah, it's not something you want to see. I promise you. I'm just. I've been through a couple of them, so I'm just really don't mean nothing to me now. I mean, if
Yeah.
I'm slowing down, I'm jumping a fence or going through it, one or the other.
I don't know. There's some crazy stuff that happens out here. I pray for everyone out here. It's crazy, but
You're a woman of God.
I am.
All right, that's good.
I mean,
Yeah.
like out here, recently, protest has been going on in my small town. Now, keep in mind, my town has like, I'm gonna say a total of 200 people. There's not much
Wow.
people out here. There's really nothing out here. Like, we barely have workers for places, and if they're workers, they're like over the age of 40.
Yeah, when I moved down here to Dallas, actually, it was because most of my folks are either in Houston or New Mexico, and that's usually something I gotta like. Last year, I went to Houston to go see my cousins, and I have like 60 different cousins, and that's not even those are the ones in Houston,
Oh, okay.
because my grandfather was a kind of a man that didn't believe in birth control, neither did Granny, so. Unfortunately, they ended up having 11 kids, but luckily, one of those 11 kids was my dad. So, yeah, I'm here.
Um,
But when he was
I,
alive, I was like, come on, Grandpa, it couldn't have been that good that you had to keep it in.
um,
Imagine 11 kids. 11 kids. That's,
I can imagine that. I can.
I, I could
It's
only imagine
crazy.
one or two, maybe two.
Yeah, but that you gotta realize that different economies, man.
Yeah,
Like
true. But
nowadays, people can only afford
you
one or
very
two.
because when you say the economy, let me. This was in Mexico, like in the
Okay.
boonies kind of Mexico.
Hey, he saw what he liked.
I guess. See, that's one way of describing it.
I mean, but like I was saying, there's like a maybe total of 200 people out here. There's not a lot of people out here. There's not much stores out here. Like our closest Walmart is 35 minutes away.
Jesus Christ, the nearest Walmart I have is like 15 minutes.
Yeah, so there's literally like not a big population out here. And
Eh,
recently there has been protests out here for Democrats, like democracy. Like they're just saying like, voicing their words, the First Amendment, using it,
huh?
And recently, it's gotten worse. Like there's people coming out of like state, like from Texas, to protest here,
Oh God.
and it's like horrible.
Yeah.
Like you can go to a stop sign and you'll just get stopped for having a Tesla or having a black truck or having something that they don't agree with, and you'll just get stopped, and they'll start like banging on your windows. They'll start talking to you. It's horrible out here. Um,
Well, on behalf to every sane Texan that's here in Texas, I'd like to apologize.
yeah. I mean, like I've got stopped a couple times to a
Oh
point.
shit.
I'm like, okay, calm down.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, I've seen people stay at churches and protests, calling the pastor a rapist. I've seen people threaten to shoot up a school. I've seen people threaten to shoot up churches. I've seen a lot of crap here.
That sucks. I mean, I'm sorry you had to. Were you ever caught up in any of those?
I was not, but I was caught up in a church, my church, that people were starting to like block the gates to get out
Okay.
and they were just like trying to protest,
Okay.
and they were just recording you. They would take pictures of your license plate. I did get posted my face onto social media due to my truck and what it says and what has stickers on it and whatnot. So I got stopped a lot. People were like surrounding my truck. People were yelling. They were taking pictures of my license plate. They're taking pictures of me and my cousin. So
Okay.
I didn't get caught up in the shooting, but I did get caught up in the mess.
Yeah. Like I got. I'm trying to think of whether or not to ask you this, but you see the news on what happened to that
Charlie
influencer
Kirk?
political? Yeah. What are your
Yes.
thoughts on?
Am I allowed to put political?
You're allowed if you want to.
um, I met Charlie Kirk 5 times. This is a personal experience, and you don't have to agree with it at all.
Okay.
Um, outside of his campaigning for Trump, outside of his prove me wrong campaignings, outside of his podcast, outside of everything, he's a very sweet man.
Mm-hmm.
He's very caring. He loved his children. He really did. I
Yeah.
met him 5 times. I went to 2 of his campaigning for Trump. They were like his rallies,
Yeah.
and it was just him. Like, it was basically a prove me wrong of Republican. That's basically
Yeah.
what it was. But it was campaigning for Trump because he had like hats, he had like all this stuff. And
Uh-huh.
then I went to 2 of his rallies, which were prove me wrong. And then the last one I went to was my church, and that's where I got caught up at. I don't believe no one deserves to die for using the First Amendment. No one deserves that, especially for them trying to get out their point or saying what they believe. And if no one likes it, don't listen to it. Don't read it. Don't look at it.
Yep.
And when he died, unfortunately, I live in a Democratic state. People were protesting, saying he deserved it, and screw them kids and the wife and all this stuff.
Heartless.
And it was heartbreaking because as someone who met him personally outside of all of these, he's a very sweet, kind man.
Yeah.
So it's like, people, if you don't like what he has to say, and it's just not right, honestly.
Yeah.
And like I've told everyone, you silenced his body, not his words. You didn't like his words, then don't look at it, don't hear it, don't be around it. That's all you have to do. You don't have to put signs out there saying he deserved it or mocking it or celebrating it. That's not okay. And as a Christian, I think his name is Tyler Robinson, the one that shot him.
Yeah.
I don't believe he should get the death penalty. I don't. I do not believe he should get that. I believe he should serve life sentence in prison and have a chance to redeem himself within. Now, of course, he shouldn't be out at all of prison, but he should still sit there and think what he did wrong. How did he affect his family? How did he affect these kids? How did he affect other people's perspective of talking, scared to put out their First Amendment?
Yep.
I don't think he should get the death penalty. I really don't. But unfortunately, that's how America works.
I think the death penalty is. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some monsters who deserve it. There are a lot of monsters like that. But when it comes to this situation, I feel like death would be too easy because you could tell by looking at his mugshot. Sorry for interrupting, but you could tell by the look in his eyes in the shot in the picture that man wasn't mentally stable.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, death penalty, I do believe for some people, like serial killers that have many charges on them. But the thing is, though, is they didn't get death penalty right away like he is. They served their time, they suffered their time, and then they got the death penalty. While he's getting it right off the bat, and I don't think that is okay.
Yeah, that seems like they're biased. They're being biased on this because everyone that knows about death row means you gotta wait because you're not gonna be the only one on death row. So the fact that they're just putting him in the front line is like he killed one person and it's tragic, but there are people who need to be killed who's literally killed thousands if not hundreds.
Yeah.
Because like I remember a couple years back, I remember of hearing of this Oklahoma serial killer, and apparently he's been executed 3 times. And since they couldn't kill him because for God knows what reason he kept surviving, they let him out on the 4th time. They say, "Well, we can't keep killing him because something about it's human rights." I'm like, he killed his victims were in literally the hundreds.
Yeah.
Like
some people are completely sick, and some people need mental help, or some people just need what they need. And it, like you said, it's sad. It's sad how he doesn't serve his time and just gets it straight away.
Yeah. Because here's the reason why I say that, though. Because it's going to make it look like the Republicans are pushing for it, and then there's going to be the Democrats going like, yep, look, Republicans want to kill one of us because we did something wrong or something like that.
Yeah.
It's going to make it the Republican Party look more enemy, like more of an
You want
enemy.
to know what? I don't know if it's true, but it's controversially on online, and apparently he was a Republican, but his last rally, Tyler had went there and debated with him, and he didn't like what he said. So his next rally, that's when it happened.
I did not hear that. That actually.
Yeah, there's like a whole video. There's a video of him. Prove me wrong. He was debating with Charlie, and he didn't like what he said. Now his parents did say that they don't like Charlie Kirk. They don't, and that's why they turned him in, because they knew it was wrong.
That's crazy that someone could hold that big of a grudge and actually go through with it. That's
They really
crazy.
did. But with, like, I'm gonna say I'm Republican. I've been raised it. But I've been raised on both sides. Like,
Okay.
I've seen point of views from Democrats and I've seen point of views from Republican. But I stay through Republican, and it's just my beliefs. I'm a pure-blooded Christian. And some of my family is Jewish, so people have to see that side too.
Yeah.
Do I agree with everything is being said? No. Do I agree with everything's being done? No. But that is nothing that can change that.
Yeah.
People have to realize that you are a citizen. You're not important. Let's be real now. The government does not really care about any citizen.
They barely care about their own veterans.
Exactly. So someone saying that they're going to change people's perspective or this and that, you can't. You can put your word out there and you can put your own beliefs and your own opinions, but not everyone's going to follow through it. And that's just because they want to be woke, or they don't want to see the truth, or they want to deny the truth.
Yeah.
Growing up in a Jewish Christian household, you see almost every point of view, and you agree with the most messed up stuff, but it's also, some of it is the right stuff.
Interesting. Yeah, like you say, you told me you're Republican. Mostly, I like to stay neutral, and most people say, "Oh, but you talk about Trump." I said, "Yeah, I don't. If it was someone else, I'd say somebody else."
Yeah.
But me, I've always remained neutral because I just never been really, how do I say, politically interested, I guess.
Yeah.
Because in my view, this is how I see it. Politics is just like everything else in the world, meant to divide others, people.
Yeah.
Like, first there was the high class, middle class, the low class,
Yeah.
and anything where there's like a hierarchy, I just like never got into. I just never understood, because I see everyone, whether they're driving a Benz or driving out a beaded Chevy, I just like, they're still a person. So I don't know, just because this person has more than this other person, they're immediately more important, you know?
That's how I see it, honestly.
Like in Oak Cliff, I can't imagine how many times I've been mistaken for a gang member, and I'm not even affiliated. I'm a straight A student going to college next semester. Like, I'm one of the kids that actually are following the law. You guys are immediately, because I'm a big dude, so they look at me and go like, okay, he probably in the gang or something. Like I remember one time I was walking home from school and I get taken to the ground by these two big old black cops. And they said, "Oh, we were telling you to stop. We were telling you to stop." I'm like, "Nigga, I didn't hear you, cause my earbuds were on."
Yeah.
So they putting their freaking arm around my neck, and I actually literally have a seizure. And as I wake up, I'm handcuffed to the freaking bed. I'm going like, "What the heck?" And they said, "You were resisting arrest and you had a seizure." I'm like, "No, I didn't." Like they
Yeah.
weren't even arresting me; they were just harassing me. Technically, they assaulted me, is what was ruled in the court. But the they said I had was legally dead for about 5 minutes.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, literally dead for about 5 minutes on scene until my mom showed up.
Ooh. Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm sorry if that made you a little uncomfortable.
No, it didn't. Yeah. I mean, I see everyone as a person. You
Yeah,
know, you do what you do. I'm not going to judge you. No one deserves to be judged. I
yeah,
have, as someone who's grown up in the hood, I've seen people say drug users or drug dealers are horrible people. And yes, sometimes it is true.
yeah,
However, not every single one of them is like that. I have met really nice people who are drug users. They will save you till the day you die. They will have your back. I've
yeah,
seen drug dealers that are the same way. And it's crazy how people judge a book by its cover because not everyone is the same as you. And if you have to judge someone, then that just shows yourself of your morals and yourself of your perspective and how you're going to put out on other people. So you're projecting your own self onto other people, and that's not okay. I don't believe in that.
yeah.
Everyone deserves a chance, maybe even two. And as bad as that is to say, it's true.
Hey, not to be rude, but how old are you? Because you
We
sound so. Let me explain real quick why I ask. Because
okay.
when I've been talking to you, and you are so professional and very I'm like low key impressed because like dang you when you talk with like professionalism, and that's something I could say I respect in my guests. Usually when I have guests, I look at how they talk and how their character is, and from what I can tell from how long we've been talking, your parents did a very good job with you. I just want to let that be known.
Um, I will say I'm young. We will not put my age in here just because you know.
All right, fair enough.
But I was raised by my grandmother. Um,
Hallelujah to the grandparents.
yeah. Um, it was more of my perspective because, and like how I talk professionally is because I want people to respect me how I respect them. You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
So, how I can say that is project yourself as the bigger person. People, have you ever seen a eagle, like USA eagle?
Like a bald eagle or a regular
Yeah,
eagle?
the bald eagle.
Yeah.
You know when a black crow attacks a bald eagle, they actually just fly. They don't attack back. They fly up into high altitude until the blackbird basically falls off them and dies because they can't take in the high altitude. The bald eagle doesn't attack back. And the reason why I said this is because silence is always going to affect the person in the wrong. Being a bigger person and showing your morals is always going to be the highest respect you could ever achieve. So you can sit there and debate and yell at the people who's in the wrong or anything. But reality is, it all matters how you hold yourself, how you present yourself, how you talk to yourself and others, how you talk about yourself and others. So, like, if you were to talk down on yourself, you're not going to love yourself, correct?
Correct.
Okay. If you talk good about yourself and you're all, oh, I am losing weight, oh, I am successful, oh, I am doing good for what I used to be, you're showing yourself that you made mistakes and regrets, but you've grown from them. You love yourself more, correct?
Correct.
Well, there you go. That's how you present to be more mature and more loving of yourself and more maturing in a sensual way. And you don't have to prove no one wrong because you know who you are.
Wow. This. I'm sorry. Well, I took a hit of my little cart and this had me like, wow.
There's a statement out here that says, hang around with you are and I'll show you who you are. And I don't believe in that. I don't. Because if you were to hang out with someone bad, that doesn't make yourself bad. That doesn't
Oh,
lower your morals. That doesn't lower your respect or nothing. That shows you're caring for someone who needed it, who didn't have it. Or that shows that you can prove to other people that you can be around the wrong people and still be the good influence.
yep. After all, Jesus Christ hung out with a whore.
It's
I mean,
crazy how, I mean, let me put it this way. I I love writing. I can write metaphors, I can write anything off the top of my head, coming through poems or books. I've been writing books I started at the age of 13 and I started making money off of it at the age of 15. I got the youngest New Mexico award of writers.
wow.
And all I talk about is how I matured, how I grew up, how I broke the cycle in my family. I was the first woman in my family to graduate. I was the first woman I was actually the second woman to go to college, but I was the first woman to go to college, the youngest.
That's amazing.
I'm the first woman in my family to be able to provide not only for myself, but for my morals, keep them high, and not to show disrespect to others like the rest of my family or to myself.
Yeah. When you talked about not judging somebody by their pet mistakes or something like that, I was when I thought about that, I went like, okay. It started making me think about when Jesus says like, "He's without sin cast the first stone," and I went like, that's how basically how I live my life. I don't judge anyone personally based on their like lifestyle or what they do. The only time I lay judgment is when it has something to do with children and if it's harming them.
So
Because,
now, judgment can go in many different ways. It can be as in judging someone for them to do better, judging someone for how they look, judging someone for how they act, or judging someone for their own views.
yeah.
And
What I meant by
there's a
the abuse,
time, sorry, what?
I was basically talk about the what I meant by the friend and the children involved.
Well,
Basically, what
the
I'm gonna
thing
say
is,
is,
though, is there's a time and place. If you know your judgment is good, and you always will have an instinct in yourself, you will always have it no matter what. It's a survival instinct. You see a kid or someone being mistreated, you show sympathy for them and you start judging because you see the sympathy. I don't like the word empathy because that means you put yourself in their own shoes and you feel what they're feeling. No one can feel everything that a person themselves feel. So I don't like the word empathy.
okay,
Sympathy I will use rather than empathy.
yeah, because empathy. I don't know. I've had too many times where I had more empathy than sympathy because I'm how you say when I see somebody that's sad, I feel their emotion. I'm an empath.
Yeah.
So, like, when for instance, I was walking home from work today, and I saw this guy just stay on the ground. He was like really down on his luck, and I just went like, you know what? I have 20 on me. I might as well just give it to him. Whatever he does, does. And when I give this dude his 20, he gets up and hugs me. He said, "I haven't eaten in a week." I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, I haven't. I've only been drink. I've been literally drinking water to keep going." And I'm like, okay. So he goes in there. He orders like 4 or 5 hot dogs. We were at like a racetrack,
Yeah.
and he went ham on it. And my friend was like, "Man, he probably gonna use the leftover for drugs, man." I said, "Whatever he does is his business, man. I just did it out of the kindness of my heart." He said, "Yeah, bro, but you part of the problem." I'm like, "Nah, I ain't part of the problem. I'm trying to be a solution."
See, that's what I was just gonna say. You are a solution to the hunger. You might be the problem to him buying the drugs, but remember, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it.
Cause that's
But
always hard. Like I know what it's like to go without food. I know what it's go like to have nothing in my stomach.
yeah, honestly, I feel where you're coming from because as someone who was raised poor, as someone who was raised in fear and was scared how I was going to pay for my college was because my grandma couldn't. She definitely couldn't. She was barely able to raise us. So I knew I had to do good in school. I knew I had to do good for my future because I didn't want what I grew up with. I don't want my kids like that.
Yeah.
So, in saying that, I know I have the money to help people in need. I care for people who need it the most. And some things that I do sometimes once a week or once every 2 weeks is just I know it's once at least a month, maybe a couple more times a month.
Yeah.
I buy a lot of food and I hand it out to homeless people.
That's what's up.
Or I see someone that if I have like extra food, and I always keep like packs of water bottles, protein bars, protein shakes, and bag of chips, and I also keep sweet stuff. And the reason for that is because when I see someone that is either in the hot, I give them a bottle of water, a protein bar, and carbohydrates, which is candy.
Yeah.
So they can keep running without being struck by the sun, without passing out. They still have something for them to go. Now, there's a reason why I keep protein bars and candy is because people that are off drugs and can't get money, they start sweating and they fiend for something that they want the taste. Now, as you know, sugar gives you a sugar rush. That's why when you go to rehabs, you see candy, you see sugar, you see cookies everywhere. And that's because they crave for the rush. And that's why I have candy is I hand it to them because I know they're craving for it and it helps them because it keeps them a little afloat, but it calms it down for what they're feeding for, and it kind of stops them from going to buying needles or buying drugs, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's why I do it is just empathy for people. Honestly, if I will say I wasn't the best person growing up, I had a lot of trauma, I had a lot of issues, and I wasn't the best at school. I wasn't a straight A student. I'm not gonna lie. I was never showing up to school.
The person nowadays.
Yeah, I was never the best at
What's the
school.
real definition of a good person? Is what I'm trying to. Cause we do a lot. People do a lot of messed up stuff, but in the end, we're all sinners. We're all children of God.
Yeah.
Like I remember just talking to you, you have me over these old memories I haven't thought of in freaking forever.
Yeah.
It's just like I can remember this one time I was in Veracruz, Mexico, when I was I think it was a Christmas for my. This was the first time I got to meet my grandfather because he didn't. have the opportunity to go to America to see me be born.
Okay.
Because I think if I had to, I don't think you'd believe me with how many cousins I have. I have like about 100 and something cousins.
Yeah.
And basically, I'm the out of all of those cousins, I'm the only one of his grandkids that were born in America.
Okay.
So he'd always call me his little gringo, and I was like, all right. And I love
Um.
the kid. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but he's like the one we got. I got like I feel like he's like my personal angel. Like he's a he was
Yeah.
like my. But what I was saying was, me and my grandpa, we were walking through the market, and I see these two kids, and I knew right away they were about to steal. So me not caring, I just grabbed like 200 pesos and said, "Hey, if you needed that bad, just buy it."
Yeah.
And then next thing I know, um, see these same kids and their mom and whatever, I guess her boyfriend or something, was just drinking while they were in the hot sun, almost about to steal. I see them take the freaking parents take the money I gave them out of their hands and push them. And
Oh.
I thought I was mad until I saw my grandfather. His face, he had Mayan blood in him, so his face got really, really red. Seeing that, he went to the back of the truck, and I knew what he was going for. He was going for Anhilda, his shotgun. He named his
Oh.
Anhilda or something like that. Angelica, I believe, is what it was. And me knowing that, I walked over there, pushed the boyfriend off his ass, takes the money I gave them, and I said, "Come on." And now those kids are basically part of our family because my grandparents fought for custody and won it, and they became part of the family. And
Yeah.
his Luis and Cerea. And when I say these two call me every day, say, "Hey, Uncle AJ, hey, Uncle AJ." Like, if I never have kids, they're about the closest I'll have to kids. Like,
Yeah.
they are legitimately the closest thing to kids because I would catch whatever charge to protect them.
That's how I see it. But in this new economy, this new environment, how this world is going, I myself could never put a child into this world and suffer.
I
And
agree with that wholeheartedly because one, it's the cost of living right now ridiculous.
I
I
know it's like freaking ridiculous for what I pay for one apartment. Like, no.
you know a studio down here is like $2,000.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I have it blessed more than people, a lot of people, and
A tiny little studio, about $2,000, depending on where it is. Like, well, my friend, well, I would not put his name out, but he lives in the gay party district. And when he told me his rent, I was like, yeah, I'm surprised you haven't started an OF yet because it was so And that was a joke, by the way. I don't approve of OF. What was I saying? And when he told me that, my heart almost pounded out of my chest like a cartoon character.
yeah, it's crazy out here. It's like, dang,
Mm-hmm.
how can people put out children out here and live afloat? Like,
It's just
I'm really
impossible.
proud for the people that can raise them and like have the money for them. Like, I'm really proud of them.
Yeah.
But
But so,
for
you know,
me, I just couldn't.
yeah, because 9 times out of 10, I had this one friend who kept having kids, and I was like, "We live in Oak Cliff. How are you keeping them all in rooms?" So she was like, "I just do it for the government pay." I was like, "You know how
The
fast you call CPS after that?"
Yeah,
When I
it's messed up. But
and it's even
sorry,
worse.
what?
Her oldest is like this little. We'll call him CJ for right now. He is by far turned into the biggest brat I've ever seen. Like he his mom. I was over there the other day, and she was just trying to get stuff together. He kept on stealing cookies from the cookie jar. I catch him. Guess what this little kid did? He grabbed a literal butter knife and tried to shank me with it. So she being luckily plump to where it was like trying to like stab teddy bear. She notices, and instead of like, because my mom was old school. If she didn't do what she told you to do when she wanted you to do it, it's
That
called
goes
the
that wooden spoon.
oh shoot, dang, Granny must be gangster.
I grew up with witches. I grew up with middle spoons. I grew up with magazines, shoes,
Ever heard of
anything in her. What?
an extension cord? Because my mom got Brazilian in her, so yeah, she chased us around with the extension cord.
No, thankfully, I never witnessed that, but also I was never in trouble. Like,
Yeah,
I will put this out there because it is in my books. I grew up in a very traumatic household. I grew up in a household where I don't wish on any kid. I don't wish for a kid to sit there and wonder why their father doesn't love them, why their father does what they do to them. But I don't blame my father for anything he's done to me. I don't blame him for abusing me. I don't blame him for anything. I blame the drugs. I blame his demons that he couldn't fight inside of him. Because outside of the drugs, when he got out of the pinta,
uh,
he was the most kind person. He was very kind. He was very loving to his kids. But when he went back on the drugs, that's where it started. So I'm very out there about anything. My personal life, I'm kind of out there, just depending what it is. And due
yeah.
to my books, it had made an impact on a lot of people. Um, One of my famous books, it made an impact on kids that I didn't even think it would make impacts on them. It, I have got comments on it saying like, "This cured my inner child. Thank you." Like they were 30 years old.
Wow.
And the book is just basically me explaining alone that it's okay to be alone. You will find a reason to not be alone. And growing up in a household where you don't have much love, you don't have much stablement, or you don't have much ability to do what you want, it's you have alone, you have yourself, you have isolation. And
Can you
I
tell me what
didn't
this book name is? Because I'm on. Can I buy this on Amazon or somewhere?
it is currently on Amazon, but it has sold out. Um, I can always message you it to privately. Um,
I'd love to read the book because it sounds. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to. I don't. Oh shoot, we got about 5 more minutes. So, anyways, um, your book sounds like it. I'm gonna be straight up. I got a friend that I'm worried about, and he's been like a friend for like shoot kindergarten. He's one of my oldest friends. And I just every time I'm around him, I feel like there's something going on, and like just in his body language, I could tell. Like, and the other day he goes like, "Bills, man, I'm panicking, I'm drowning," and I didn't know how to help my bro because I didn't know what to say because he never told me. If he had told me something like that, I would have helped him. I went like, "Bro, you should have told me, man." Cause
so the best way you can help someone, and even if you don't have the money to help them, it's encouragement. It's letting him know you're there. It's saying like, don't be scared to know that you're alone, but you have people there. And that was my biggest struggle. I've been in therapy for years. It was my big old struggle to rely on anyone, and it's because I grew independently. I do everything myself. I've paid college out of pocket by myself. I've had 2 to 3 jobs all at once. just to make it afloat. And knowing that my book has helped many people to show them that it's okay, it honestly surprised me. I didn't think that my struggle and my encouragement words would help people.
Yeah, just it's just
And like,
like
hence to why, like, I believe in so much Republican stuff. And Charlie Kirk is, there's days that I do these stuff, like, I guess you would call it, I go out for people to come see me for my book.
yeah,
And they will talk to me privately and they will tell me, what do I do? How do I stay stronger? Why do I keep getting judged? How did you live through the judgment through your whole life? Because I was bullied for a long time. And I would tell them, don't let other people's words hurt you. You know who you are as a person. People are going to face you how they want to face you, but that doesn't mean you have to live by that. If someone comes to you and tells you that you're fat, okay, you know that. So why are you letting them tell you what you already know?
true. Because
So
I've been fat all my life, and I'm like, yeah, you think I don't already know this?
and that's for me too. I have Hashimoto's disease, so I'm pretty chubby, but I've lost weight. And when people come to me saying you're still fat or you're still chubby and all this stuff, I'm like, thank you.
Well, by the way, Jade, sorry, but we kind of wrap it up. But
No, you're good.
I've loved this interview. This is probably the most deepest and reawakening kind of video I've had in a while. So hopefully we can do this again because it was an absolute pleasure. And not gonna lie, I might ask you to be my therapist someday because you rock.
I would be more than glad.
Because there definitely needs to be more women like you. You like give me like hope that hopefully my girl hits that level of maturity. But I still love her to death. So hopefully she gets somewhat mature.
Yeah, hey, they'll get there. Put faith
Yeah.
in them. Put God on them. They'll get there.
All right. All right. Well, everyone, that's all. Thank you for joining us again at Blonde Moments Network. It was a great interview, great podcast. So yeah, good night, everyone, and thank you, Jade.